Hi, I'm your host, Bishop Talbert, and I want to thank you for taking time out of your busy day to check us out at Moment of Truth. I was recently given the opportunity to give a sermon at Obeying His Commandments Holiness Church in Mobile, Alabama, by Bishop Stewart, Bishop Gloria Stewart. She blessed us with a chance to speak our word, speak a message directly from the Lord. And I took an opportunity after praying to the Lord and doing some serious meditating. The Lord put it on my heart to speak from the book of 1 Samuel. I spoke about King Saul, who was not God's choice to lead the children of Israel, but he let the children make their decision as he does with us, how he lets us make our own decisions. It is our choice. So he let Saul he was the first king after hundreds and hundreds of years of judges. He let Saul become king, and he led Saul to many victories in battle. I spoke particularly about King Saul, when the Lord led him into battle against the Amalekites, how God gave strict orders for Saul to destroy everyone, every animal, and everything. But Saul did not listen because of the previous victories that he had. He felt that he did not need guidance from the Lord anymore. He felt that he knew it. So later on, he appointed David king because he felt David would be obedient. You all know the story later. David eventually defeated Goliath. Everyone knows that story, so I'm not going to go into that. So I stayed on track about King Saul. I think it's important today because once the Lord gives you a message, it's great to know you're calling from the Lord. It feels great in your heart. You feel like you have some sense of self-value. But we must remember that God is constantly in control, that the Lord is always watching. So we must continue moving forward with whatever calling he has placed in your life, placed on your heart. You must continue to listen. We don't know it all. We must follow exactly the Lord and what orders he has laid out for us. So I just want to get into the video. Then after the video, I have a few short messages. So hopefully you enjoy. Thank you and God bless.
Praise God. At this time, as I said, praise God, we're going to get ready to proceed on with the pulpit for our next portion of our service, which is the meat of the hour. Amen. Let us get ready to stand to our feet. Amen. Praise God. As I present to some and introduce to others, none other than Bishop Charles Talbot. Give him a hand clap of praise as he comes forth.
Amen. Praise God, saints. Praise God. It's truly an honor to be here today. You all be seated. Bishop Stewart, she gave me the opportunity to come here every fourth Sunday, so, I try to do my best to just prepare a message. I have been thinking about it all about the last week or so, just trying to think of different things, different topics, just going over things in my mind. Because I have a podcast. It's called Moment of Truth. So, I give a lot of messages on there. So I have been going back, watching it, and just looking. But, the Lord just told me that that's not it. That's not what I need to do. So yesterday after we came back from the fair and everything, I said, let me go downstairs in my office. So I'm sitting there and, trying to think. So I said, you know what, I got all this campaign stuff in the way. Let me move all that to the side for a minute. Let me just solely focus on the Lord right now. So I kind of slid it all out the way, and then I was able to get down on my knees, and I prayed. And, the Lord put something in my heart, and it just so happens to build off of what we talked about this morning, and Sunday school. So if you all would turn with me to 1 Samuel. 1 Samuel chapter 15, verse 3. Say amen when you got it.
Praise God. Amen.
All right. Now go and smite Amalek, and utterly destroy all that they have, and spare them not, but slay both men and women, infant and suckling, ox and sheep, camel and ass. All right, yeah, so we to understand that, you got to kind of review what was happening at this time. Now, for the past 200 years, there were judges over Israel, over the people of God. There were judges, and at that time Samuel was the judge. But he was getting up there in age. So they were looking, God wanted to appoint another judge, but the people of Israel said, we don't want a judge. We want to be like everyone else, and we want a king. Yes, right. That wasn't what God had intended. They wanted an idol. They didn't want to worship God anymore. So they wanted an idol. Come on. So he said, okay, I'm going to give you what you want. So he presented them with Saul. Everyone liked Saul. They say he was the most handsome man, big and strong, powerful. He was a good leader. And for the military and everything like that. So, they all liked him. But he was not who God wanted. But he said, that's what you asked for. I am going to give it to you. Come on now. So, they were all happy. Excited. They got the opportunity to get a man to worship. Yeah. So what happened was Saul led at that time. They were fighting the same war that we fight today, right? Good and evil. Yeah. So Saul was leading the children of Israel, and he won a bunch of wars, a bunch of battles against the Philistines. Mm-hmm. So, and then this verse I just read in verse 3, when he fought this battle, the Lord said, you are to destroy everything. You are destroying everyone. They are not to have anything left. But Saul, being who he was, not originally appointed, he said, well, I'm going to keep the best sheep for myself. I'm going to keep the best oxen for myself. He even spared the king. And that disappointed the Lord. So what he did, he spoke to Samuel. He told Samuel, he said, he is disobeying me. Let him know that he will no longer lead the children. And he said, I will bring David. David will obey me. Yeah. David will do what I need him to do. So, so I said, well, okay, I'm going to listen now. I'm going to follow. But he had missed it. Yeah. You miss it sometimes because you are not listening fully. Now, the reason I bring this up today because a lot of times, we can all get a message from the Lord. The Lord will come to you with a plan. He will come to you with a vision. He will say, this is what you are to do. But the thing is, it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be just all peaches and cream every single day. You are going to have tough times. You are going to have battles following what he says. But you are to keep his word as he will keep his promise to you, to each and every one of you. So Saul, at that time, he said, well, I've been listening to the Lord this time, but I'm going to do what I feel right now. So you know what? The Lord said, I'm going to appoint David. I'm going to give David the kingdom. You know, and Saul, he did not want to let it go. He was really jealous. He did not want to let that go. He was too in love with the power.
That's right.
You know, he was too in love with the pats on the back from everyone that was coming, all the Israelites. So in chapter 16, David is anointed. David is anointed king. David is anointed to be king. So what happened was, Saul was still jealous. So when Goliath arose, you know, no one wanted to fight him. He was the biggest. He was 9 feet tall. He had a body of brass and armor. And no, everyone wasn't scared, especially Saul. Saul didn't know how to defeat him. But David got up and said, I will. David said, I will fight. And that made Saul even more jealous. So he said, here, take this armor, take this rod, and you go. David said, no, I don't need that. I got the Lord. I got his will. I got his words. He told me that I am going to defeat him. So he defeated him. He defeated him. He killed him. And Saul, still more jealous. It wasn't Saul hated David. Saul was just trying to get that old thing back with God, that train that he had missed because he was selfish in his heart. Because he wanted it. Because he felt, God told me one time, so I have it. Everyone, you have to continue to listen to God. It's not a one-time thing. It's not God told me something 20 years ago, so it's all, you have to follow consciously, continuously. Because you can lose out on it. You know, you want to continue. You have to continue honoring the Lord. It does not stop. You know, it's a job. Just like you go to work every day. Just like you get up and you feed yourself. You got to feed your spirit from the Lord. You got to obey what he has in store for you. Constantly. Because it can change slightly. You don't know. You know, he might add another wrinkle in there that you're supposed to go left. But if you're so used to going to right, you know, you're going to be confused. And you're not going to know. You know, and a lot of times, you know, we get down on ourselves because we tend to look back over our lives. We tend to look at old relationships. Well, 5 years ago, I had such and such person. I was so happy. And today I'm not. You know, we tend to look back on old jobs, on promotions that we got passed over with. You know, we can't do that. A lot of times, you know, we look at it. Somebody else might have got in there and got their promotion. Don't hate them. Don't be upset with them like Saul was with David. Do not be upset. You know, just do what you need to do. Get back on your knees. Get back in touch with the Lord. Quit trying to rely on what it was and worry about what it is right now. You know, we have to continue moving forward. We have to continue trusting in the Lord. You know, I'm not going to be long today. You know, I just, like I said, this message right here was just something that the Lord put on me. And, you know, I really had no intentions on even speaking upon this. But, you know, it just, like I said, the Lord's time. And I just try to continuously listen because he has new wrinkles. He got new ideas. You know, once you pray for things, a lot of times you're visioning what you can imagine. But you got to get beyond that because he can take it beyond your wildest dreams. You know, and it's nothing to him. So you got to remain open. You know, like I said, like, you know, just a little about my situation. When my wife and I, we came down here, you know, we wanted to get a farm, which we did. We wanted to, you know, teach others to farm. We wanted to teach others financial responsibilities. You know, and those were things that we did. But continuing to listen to the Lord, he just opened up brand new paths. brand new destinations. If we would shut it off and said, well, that's it. This is all I want to do. This is all I'm going to do. I'm not trying to work no harder than this, and I just want to focus on what the Lord had told me. We would miss out on the blessings of even being here today. Because it was never my intentions. Me and Bishop, when we met, it was only the Lord. It wasn't my doing. I didn't know. I didn't really drive down this way. I didn't come to this church. But like I said, the Lord has a plan. And we must continue to listen. You got to continue to follow. That's the thing right there. And and I want to leave you all with this. It is not us to decide, who does what. It is not us to decide if someone is living out their dream or someone is fulfilling what the Lord has in store. Everyone must decide. We must all face judgment day. We must all repent for our sins. So if it is something that you are not supposed to be doing, I just plead with you to repent. I just plead with you to seek the Lord's guidance every single day. Do not stop. Do not give up. I thank you for this opportunity today. And don't be like Saul. Don't stop following because you feel that you know all the answers. Everything can change. David was not a perfect man. You read later on, you see he lied and he did a lot of things. But at that time, the Lord said, you are not the king anymore. I'm going to appoint someone else. So don't be like David. Continue to follow. Follow throughout. Trust in the Lord with all thine heart and lean not on thy own understanding. And I thank you all today. You have a blessed day.
Praise God for Lord using them and bringing that word today. It was needed in the house today. Somebody needed to hear that word. Amen.
Thank you. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. I'm your host, Bishop Talbert, and we are back. I just wanted to end it on this note. First, I want to send some love to Bishop Gloria Stewart. She has been wonderful. She has been really helping us get the message across, that God is still out here. Even though at times it doesn't seem like it, it can be hard for you. It can be things and times just doesn't seem to go your way. You must keep focused. You must continue to pray. And you must continue to have faith that the Lord will deliver you through. Just remember, it is His timing. It is not when we want it, because we all have fleshly desires, sinful nature. That is what we have. So we must get beyond ourselves and what we want in this life and focus on what the Lord has in store for us. That is the only way. That is the only way to please the Lord, is by listening to Him. So I just want to take this time and extend the offer that I am available to come to your churches or functions or groups or, anything like that where the children of God are gathered. I will bring a message, a very spirited message. I'm a spiritual person. I deeply believe, and everything I do comes from the Lord. I meditate on it. I don't do anything just at spur of the moment. I tend to take my time and figure out exactly how the Lord wants and figure out His plan is for me. But I want to thank each and every one of you for watching. I want to remind you that Tuesday is the election, this upcoming Tuesday. And I hope you all have studied the candidates. I hope you all make an informed decision. You are not being led and manipulated. by a lot of these groups out here that say that they have the best interests in mind. In reality, they're just trying to push their own narrative. I've had my own experiences with that, and I wish that you all will make the best decision for you as well as your family. But remember, pray about it before you go. I am running myself in the race for Alabama House District 99. And I look forward to being successful and getting the nomination. And I pray that I earn your vote. Every vote matters. I just want to, once again, I want to thank Bishop Stewart for allowing me to bring the message. I will be there if you would like to attend. It's every fourth Sunday at Obeying His Commandments Holiness Church. I believe the next time it's right before Thanksgiving when I'll be bringing my next sermon. But I am available if you have a church or you have a event or, anything like that. As long as the children of God are there, I am available. I am willing to come and speak. I've been doing Moment of Truth now for about 3 years, and I do it because I enjoy it, and I do it to spread the message and spread the love. But before I go, I just want to send a prayer to each and every one of you. I want to send some love. I pray that each and every one of you will continue to follow the Lord. Will continue to listen. Don't get the big head like King Saul, but just continue to move in the way that the Lord has predestined. I pray that each and every one of you remain strong. It is not going to be easy. Same as the Lord is watching, Satan is plotting. He will continue to attack you at your weakest points, at your most vulnerable times. That is why we need to stay in prayer. We need to stay with other Christians. We need to stay with the Word on our mind, with our heads in the Bible. We need to continue moving forward. Once again, I want to thank you for watching Moment of Truth, and I am your host, Bishop Talbert. And I will see you next time. Thank you.